Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm up this morning and excited about what God has laid on my heart to share this morning. I'm just so excited about it. And I want to dive into it. So before everybody gets up and start getting their day started and get on the way. So I'm back and on this beautiful Monday morning. I believe it's cold out there again. I don't know whether it's summer or we're trying to go back to winter, but that's okay. God's in control of that. Nothing we could do about that. But on this morning, something that was laid on my heart, and I believe it can help all of us because, I often say, stop hiding your story. And that's just what I begin to kind of focus on a lot these days is stop hiding your story. But as I think about it and I pray and I ask God, what is it that you would have me to do on this platform that you have provided for me? Because I give him all the credit. Because I always want to inspire and to encourage others. And along the way, I have to be inspired and encouraged. And so I listen to other speakers. I listen to a lot of motivational speaking. And something, I'm going to get into it as I go into my, little short talk this morning with you guys. Something that stuck with me is that I was listening to a motivational speech, and one of the things that, and I told y'all I do that, and one of the things that stuck with me in one of the speeches I was listening to was, I believe that was Denzel Washington, who said, who's in your life that is not feeding you possibility? Who is in your life that is not feeding you possibility? And what I want to talk about this morning is getting connected. Getting connected. See, a lot of times we're not getting connected because, as a friend of mine was talking over this weekend, and actually she's also my technical director of the podcast. And we were talking about the different levels in life, A, B, C, and D. Getting grades in life, A, B, C, or D. And it came to mind in our discussion the fact that sometimes we don't know what level we on. And when we don't know where we at, we can't get connected. And when we don't get connected, we got to have people in our life who feed us possibility. Who's feeding you possibility? Because if people are not feeding you possibility, but they in your life and they're not injecting anything into you, just like with your children, you should be feeding them possibility. They're not perfect. You're not perfect. None of us will reach perfection, but somebody needs to be feeding them as well as you possibility. Might say, well, how does that go with the title Connected? If you're feeding me something and I don't know which level I'm on and you're constantly pushing me to do better, even from the point where I'm at, that is keeping me connected, because whether I don't know if I'm A, B, C, or D, what level I'm on, sometimes someone speaking into your life and telling you things that give you a little more hope, a little more direction, a little more guidance. You know what? You see possibility. And you can get connected. Connected to those things in life of helping you to find your way. Connected to God, our strength. When everybody else walks out, he's still right there. When everybody else gives up on you, he's still right there. When nobody else believes in you, he's still right there. And you know what? When you've got people around you who are feeding you possibility, you begin to recognize that, because they will remind you who is in control of your life, because they know who is in control of their life. Sometimes people will drop out of the game on you when things get too hard. When you don't walk and talk like they want you to walk and talk. When you mess up just a little bit and then everybody throws the towel in on you because you made an error. You didn't do it like they thought you should have done it, but they never fed you any possibility. They never told you just because you mess up don't mean that you throw in the towel. It just means that you human. See, that's with young people today. We will jump all over them when they make an error, rather than to sit down with them and talk to them and try to understand where they are in their minds. Because just like there are times when you got disconnected, right now young people are so disconnected. They don't know how to connect. Because I'm going to be honest this morning, a lot of them around people who are not feeding them possibility. You know what it feels like? You've been there. I've been there. Where people they are not feeding you possibility. They're in your life, but they aren't adding anything to your life. You ever been in it around people who everything comes out of their mouth is negative? You ever been there? And I'm going to tell you something. If you connect to that and stay around that long enough, you will become that. You will become that. Because you will start feeling like you're in this hole and you can't get out. Until God sends someone along to get you connected. To tell you don't be afraid. To remind you that there is hope. To remind you not to throw in the towel. To remind you to stay connected. Stay connected to the things and the people that God has put around you. Stay connected. Don't get so frustrated that you start disconnecting yourself, because that's how Satan dismantles your life. He'll make one thing happen. And then you'll stop doing something that you enjoy. You won't spend as much time with it. If you have a love for people, you'll start migrating away from them, because simply one thing that Satan may look like that was the worst thing that could ever happen to you. But no, God is reminding you not to let your distractions get in the way, because there are things that's going to come up in your life to try to distract you. And Satan always uses those who are closest to you to distract you, to make you feel like, you know what, it's not even worth serving God. See, that's what he do. It's not even worth being around these people that say they love me. It's not even worth loving people that I decided they don't love me like I think they ought to love me. See, that's a distraction, and that's taken away from you and the way you feel about your possibilities. Possibilities, if people are not in your life to add possibility in your life, why are they in your life? Get them out. If people are telling you things that not to support you, but to hurt you, get them out. See, we so stuck stuck on, oh, they've been in my life all this. I don't care if it's family. If family is not treating you right, they got to go. If they killing your sense of possibility, they need to go. Because anything that's not added to your life is subtracting from your life. Why do you want it there? Why do you want it there? Why do you want those people in your life that every step you make, they trying to grab the rug from underneath you and make you fall? Why do you want them there? They're not feeding you any possibilities. They're not keeping you connected. They're not doing anything to keep you grounded. Why do you want them there? Some people, you gotta let them go because they are not keeping you connected. Sometimes in my own life, I don't know whether I'm at A level, B level, C level, D level. I don't know what level I'm on. And you know what God reminded me of? It's the fact that I never really let you know what level you on because I don't want to get you too comfortable because then you're going to forget about who's in control of your life. So every now and then, I got to shake up the ground underneath you so I can keep you coming back to me so that you can understand that you are nothing without me. You are nothing without him. People will let you down. They will let you down every time. You have to feed yourself. You have to continue. You got to do this, not nobody else. You got to do this for yourself. You got to constantly tell yourself, I'm going to do those things that everybody else doubt me on. I'm going to do that. I have to tell myself that. I'm not telling you something that I haven't experienced. I'm not telling you something that I don't exercise every day. I'm telling you I have to do that for me. And I'm asking you to start doing that for yourself. You got to have belief in yourself if nobody else does. Because there's going to come a day when it's nobody but you and God. Nobody but you and God. And I know this morning, it's like heavy on my heart about possibilities. I got things I still want to do in my life. You got some things you still want to do in your life. I'm telling you this morning, listen to me closely. Don't let nobody, I'm talking about nobody, take away your sense of goals, your sense of a future, your sense of a guideline, your sense of better, your sense of more possibilities, your sense of opening more doors in your life, your sense of getting a better footage in your life, your sense of one day owning a home, your sense of one day just having more finances available to you, your sense of that. And it's so much more. Because we all have some goals in life and some thoughts in life and some purpose in life, whatever you want to call it. But if you've got people around you who are not feeding you possibility, you need to get them people out your life. Because they're draining your battery. They're draining your battery. Everything that you say yes to, they're saying no to it. They sitting back watching you try to make an error because they need something to criticize you on. That's going to disconnect you. Let's dive into our families. You know, I'm talking about our children. Some of you got children. I got a child. I got grandchildren. And you know what? We don't want to give up on them. But if we listen to other people, people will make you give up on your own child. Give up on your own grandchildren. People will do that. Don't you never get too comfortable because nobody loves your children and your grandchildren like you. Let me say this again. Don't nobody love your daughter and your son like you. Nobody love your granddaughter, your grandson like you. Nobody. Nobody love them like that. And even when they mess up, don't you dare stop feeding them possibility. And when you mess up, just like I don't have my mother and my father on this side no longer. But I can tell you, I can't remember a time when my parents didn't feed me possibility, didn't feed my siblings possibility. And yes, we messed up. But sometimes those talks from mama and daddy were some long talks. And they wasn't the kindest of talks. But they were feeding us possibility to, don't do that right there. That's going to mess you up right there. And no matter what you do, even if the world turns against you, I still love you because we're going to get this right. We're going to get this right. See, but what has happened today, we've become so critical of individuals as if we've reached perfection, knowing that we have not, but we act like we've reached perfection, like we've never done anything wrong, and we got this telescope hovering over other people as if, oh, watch it now. Oh, watch it now. That there gonna get them right there. That there can destroy them right there. And they celebrate. Don't you never ever think in your life that there aren't people out there who are celebrating your pain. Don't you never think that. There's some people just sitting back waiting for your pain to destroy you. It's some people doing that. That's why you've got to be observative. That's why you got to know that you know that you know that you know that God is in control. And even when I mess up, my God, He gonna still feed me some possibility. He gonna still feed me some possibility. Because check this out, y'all. Check this out this morning. I want to slow down for just a second here. Something I was reminded of. And it just got me to the point I just wanted to run all over the house. But look here. I was listening to this motivational speaker, and he said these words. He said that lion on top of the hill is not as hungry as that lion trying to get up the hill. Listen to me closely now. That lion on top of the hill is not as close as that, he's not as hungry as that lion that's trying to get up the hill. What am I talking about this morning? See, people that done already made it. They already done reached their goal. They already done reached their success. See, they celebrating right now. But you trying to get there. You trying to reach some things in life. You trying to get to some successes in life. You trying to understand some things in life. You trying to pull it together in life. You trying to get some lucrative income in life. You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry. You got to be so hungry you don't have time to listen to negativity. You got to be so hungry, you got to start loving yourself more than you used to. You got to be just that hungry. You got to be so hungry that it don't matter what nobody says around you. You got to block it out. No matter what's going on, you got to block it out. You got to be that hungry because you're trying to climb that hill. And this is why it's so important that you stay connected around people who are feeding you possibility. There's some people that don't want to see you make it. There's some people looking at you every day and they don't want to see you make it. There's some people that's saying things about you and they telling you on one side how much they love you and on the other side they crushing you. There's some people out there like that. You got some around you. You got some people that's telling you I'd do anything in the world for you. You know I got you. And when the trouble rises, where are they? Can you pick up your phone and call them? Can you I know I'm not just talking to myself. Can you is there somebody in your life you can just pick up the phone and call them? And every time you call them, They got a word of encouragement for you. They got a word of inspiration for you. They got some new ideas for you. They got some new thoughts for you. They got some words of comfort for you. You know, they got some word of guidance for you. And you don't have to take it all. But you know, one thing you got to realize, at least they was there for me. See, because I'm going to tell you, this is just my testimony. This is just my testimony. See, I have, and I thank God that he designed me this way. I have been hurting myself while I was helping somebody else. I was hurting on the inside when I was helping somebody else. You ever been there? You ever been helping somebody else and you was hurting yourself? You ever been there? You ever been there in your life? Excuse me. Because God, he meant it that way. At that very moment, he was letting you know, and he was letting me know. I know you're hurting. I know you're hurting. But right now, I need you to help Crystal. And I know you're hurting. I need you to encourage Danielle. And I know you hurting. I need you to tell Moretta it's going to be all right. And I know you're hurting. I need you to let Derek know that your family going to be all right. Them children might be a little wayward sometimes. But you know what? God still got you. You ever been there? You're going to be all right. It's a lot of people that's in my circle, that's in my life, that's been in there a while. And then God gonna send some more that even though in time when he say, Electra, I know you're hurting. But I need you to encourage Letitia. I need you to encourage Corey. I need you to encourage Keyshawn. I need you to encourage Brandon. I need you to encourage Shania. I need you to encourage Tony. I got some people I need you to encourage, even though I know you hurting. I know you're hurting. You know why I know you're hurting? Because I see your heart. It's because I look down on you. Because I'm the one that's going to give you the strength that you need. Because I'm the one that see your tears. But I also see why you're hurting. I see you doing what I told you to do. I see you encouraging them. And I see your tears. Encouragement on one side. Inspiration on the other side. Inspiration on the right side. Tears on the left side. Parents can understand this. When your children are sometimes doing some things and it hurts you. And God say, I know that it's hurting you. But you still help them. Because if you don't help them, they can't make it. Listen to me, you that got young children. They doing some stuff and it's hurting you. It's breaking your heart. But God say, don't you give up on them. You keep feeding them possibility. You keep sitting down and having those conversations with them. Even though they don't understand it, one day they gonna understand it. That I was hurting mama and I was hurting daddy. And while they were hurting, they were still trying to encourage me. They were still trying to encourage me. That's what you need in your life as adults. You need some people that don't mind while they hurting, they willing to help you. You got some people like that in your life? Do you have anybody in your life that you can say right now, you can call out their name and God showed you. You didn't even know it because they never showed it to you. But God showed you they was hurting while they was helping you. Got somebody like that in your life? Huh? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Conversations of the day. Sometimes you need some people around you building you up. You got to have that. You got to have that. You got to have that. Some people of possibility. They feeding that in your life. If they not feeding that in your life, you need to take them out. They gotta be written out your script. They got to be. Because all they're going to do is drain you. And you won't be able to keep doing what you're trying to do with them in there. Listen to me. Listen to me closely. You cannot work alongside of evil. A wonderful friend of mine that she passed many years ago. And I met her during the time I was a legal advocate. And I was going through some things in my life and I was sharing them with her. Rest her soul. And she said, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, baby. I'm older than you. And I can tell you a few things. But I'm going to tell you something I never want you to forget as long as you live. She said the children of the dark are much wiser than the children of the light because they study evil day and night. Listen to me closely. With these people in your life that you're trying to keep in your life and these people are hurting you, the children of the dark, they much wiser than the children of the light because they study evil day and night. She told me that. And she's been gone over 20 years out of my life. I met her during a point in my life. I was trying to raise my daughter. I was trying to keep a household together. I was doing all of that. You know that stuff that them potholes that you run into in life, and you're trying to survive and get past those potholes in life. And God come along and he got to smooth them out. But every now and then he can't just let your life just be smooth and easy, because if he do, you will forget about him. So you know what? So he sent somebody there. He said, I'm gonna plug Miss Austin in right here. I'm going to put her right here in your life. Now, she ain't going to be in your life but 5 years, but that 5 years that she in your life, she going to feed some possibilities in your life, and you will never, ever forget that. You got to do the same thing in them days when somebody got some potholes in their life. You got to help fill them up, and God going to give you everything that you need in order to do that, because everything that you need, he already equipped you with. He knew what you needed. He knew it then and he knows it now. He knew it then and he knows it now. So don't you ever give up on people that you know that even though you hurt it, they need your help. That's from 0 to 100. Don't you do that. Because what if God had gotten so angry with you, so upset with you, so frustrated with you? He said, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happened to Jackie. I'm just going to let it just rip. I don't care. I don't love her enough to stick with her. I don't love her like that. What if God had did that to me? I know that I loved you. I know that I created you, but you just going too far. So I'm frustrated with you now. I'm going to throw in the towel with you. I don't even care if you breathe tomorrow. I don't want nothing to do with that. What if God had did that to Electra? You broke my heart. You hurt me, but I still helped you. I still let you see another day. See, that's when I get to that point, when I tell you about staying connected. You know why God wants you to stay connected? God said, listen to me closer here. God said, because you belong to me. See, you might not know whether you A, B, C, or D, but I know just where I got you in life. And you ain't always in A category. Sometimes you way down there in the D category. And when you get in the D category, that's why I know you're trying to get disconnected. when you're in the A category. See, even though you're doing your thing and you're not paying much attention to what I'm talking about, I'm still apprehending you. And then when you get into the B category, you know what? It's about to be a change. It's about to be a change in the B category. But that C. That C, now you connected. Right there, when I apprehended you. And then the devil tried to come in. And he tried to rob you with me looking at you. He tried to rob you with me looking at you because I was in the front of it because I had already apprehended you and I had hid you and I wrapped my loving arms around you and I let you know that you are mine. You belong to me. You belong to me. And then he moved right on into C. And he said, and that's why I keep you disconnected. That's why I keep you connected. Because I know D coming. I know D coming. Because D say you're getting disconnected. And that's what I'm trying to, that's why I put that A, B, and C right there in front of you. Right there in front of you. I put it in front of D because I'm not going to let you get disconnected. How many people in your life that you really love? You really love them. And you know that they're not doing everything right in their life. I mean, like you really love them. And they ain't doing everything right in their life. They messing up pretty bad. It's some people in your life right now. I mean, like you really love them. But they messing up pretty bad. Are you willing? This question is for you. Are you willing to stop feeding them possibility? That's a question for you. Are you willing to stop feeding them possibility? Because there was a point in your life when you was messing up pretty bad. Hey, but somebody thought enough for you to keep you connected to possibility. Somebody thought that. God laid that on somebody's heart to keep feeding you possibility. He done that in your pain, in the times you thought there was no hope, in the times when you thought that you couldn't find your way. God left somebody right there. So I'm gonna put Danielle right there. I'm gonna put Crystal right there. I'm gonna put Linda right there. I'm gonna go over there and get Dominique and I'm gonna put him right there. Oh, I'm not gonna forget about Drake. I need to put him right there. You understand what I'm saying? There's so many people he plugged in right there. Right there in your life. You didn't even understand why they was there. You didn't understand when he put them right there. You don't even know what right there is. But God knows. When I was trying to pull together the podcast, and I had no clue about the technical side of it, and then God said, I'm going to put Jackie right there. I'm going to put her right there. What is your right there? How many people in your life God has put right there? How many? You didn't even think much of them. You didn't even think much. You didn't even think they had that in them. You didn't even know they had that in them. But God said, I'm going to put them right there. You didn't even know what that right there was. But now you can think back on some points in your life. But God said, you said, God put Electra right there. God put Crystal right there. God put Danielle right there. So I'm talking about, you don't know. Because right there, God was keeping you connected. Right there. Whatever your right there is, you know. You know. People, stay connected. Keep pushing. Get some clarity now and keep pushing. Get some clarity on what is pushing you. I can't do that for you, just like you can't do it for me. Only you can do that for you. Get some clarity on what is pushing you. All right? Stay connected. Stay connected. And remember this, if you don't remember nothing else. When evil tried to arise in your life, listen to me closely. The children of the dark, they much wiser than the children of the light, because they study evil day and night. And that's the truth. You need to be sharing that with the young people in your life. All you got to do is tell them that. They'll keep it forever in their heart. Because just like you had to come through some things, they have to come through some things too. You did it. You survived it. And somebody gave you some heads up along the way. Even though we didn't take all of their advice, down the road, we saw it come true. That's right. That's right. So stay connected. Tell somebody today that you run into, stay connected. Stay connected. Because God got some people that's going to feed some possibility into your life. But be honest with them now. If they're not feeding possibility into your life, you need to get them out of your life. I don't care how long they've been in there. If they're not adding to it, they are subtracting. That's right. Anybody that's not adding to your life, you know math, they subtracting. And you know it. And you know it. And just like you need those to feed you possibility, sometimes you got to feed possibility into somebody else's life. All right? Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. A wonderful day. I enjoyed coming on this morning and sharing what God laid on my heart. Connected. Stay connected. And then tomorrow, some announcements before I go this morning. Tomorrow, got the writing session from Jacqueline's Life Well Lived. That's on her YouTube channel at 7 o'clock. I think this is the 7th writing session. They're wonderful writing sessions. They are for any age group. So just tune in and listen. I mean, it's to me, it's like being in a classroom. It's like being in a classroom. And I love that because I love learning. And there's many of you who love learning. And guess what? You can never learn enough in life. Every day we're learning. And then, of course, I'll be back on tomorrow morning. But guess what? We've got our speaker this week, Miss Tasika Thomas. And she's going to be coming on and talking to us about her agency, Finding Destiny. And she deals with a lot of young girls who have been caught up in human trafficking. and she's got a lot of information on that. And I think someone from another country has called on her for some help in that. And she's also a cast member on the series, The Clubhouse. And so you can look at it if you have an iPhone right now, but you can't look at it if you have a Android. It won't allow access from an Android phone, but it will from iPhone, and it's called The Clubhouse. They've got different segments. I think they got one coming up this weekend, if it hasn't already happened. I can't keep up with it because I don't have an iPhone. So anyways, but she plays the role as Tasha. And so people, they're coming back by popular demand. So I'm excited to hear from her on Wednesday on my podcast, Electra James Inspirational Talks. It's going to be every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And so I'm excited about her coming on. I'm always excited about all of my guests who have come on in the past and those who are scheduled to come on, because guess what? You guys don't have to give me your time. Y'all don't have to give me y'all's time. And y'all don't have to share y'all stories on my podcast. And you're sharing it with the world, and it'll never go away because it's on YouTube. Once it's on YouTube, that's it. But you know what? I'm thankful to God because he showed me possibility. He showed it to me. And he put some people right there. He put some people right there in my possibility. Isn't that something? So I'll see you guys on tomorrow morning. You have the most wonderful day that you can have, and stay connected. All right? Bye-bye.